Tonight!
Another crazy episode of Soccer Mom Podcast coming up on your radar. Stay tuned. And, yeah, here we go.
Hey, look, you mind not breathing all over me, man? I'm trying to work here.
Okay, so now go to www.
How's it going, Johnny?
What's up, Francis? You're in my way there.
You've been banned, junkie. Now turn around and take your little friends with you, or I'm gonna have to get rough with you.
Hey, Underpants, you mess with one boy adventurer, you mess with all of us.
I think they were hoping you'd say that.
Looks like you got a little, herpy on your lip there. You been kissing your wife's ass? After I put herpy in there?
What?
Oh, no.
Come.
Kid never heard of mouthwash. Is this the website?
No, you typed it wrong. There are two S's.
Hey now, don't look at this. This isn't for children to see. Better close this little. Stupid computer froze up. Hang on, I'll reboot. This is probably gonna take a minute.
Awesome. Love back, dude.
Alright, I'll pick you up at 5. Be outside. I don't want to have to talk to your mom.
Oh, I want to be that fucking piece of shit.
You are a fucking hillbilly! Hillbilly! I am a god! Penthouse! You are a fucking hillbilly! You are a fucking...
To the hospital, honey pants!
Now you want to get nuts? Come on!
She's not. Oh, she might be dead. Yes, people, welcome back to another crazy episode of Soccer Moms Podcast. I'm thinking about a new style. I love getting drunk with this shit and back to the bar life with Dave. I'm so happy to be out in public once again. I know. It sounds like I'm going all full Miami on you, pulling all my restrictions, but I am fully vaccinated, fully immunized. I am safe. I'm still wearing masks when I go out there. I'm sitting by myself, 6 feet apart from everybody else. But the point is, I like my whiskey, and I like drinking it for free, yeah. So, these whiskey partnerships, nights that I'm going out, it's like weekday nights, and I mean Mondays too. Like, I'm recording this late Monday night, because I didn't record it this weekend. I was out back at home doing projects, and I got a fucking awesome grill, guys. Oh my gosh. But, I think I might start a new podcast. Like I said, I wanted to do a soft reboot with Soccer Mom. Possibly calling it Shuffle Play. I like that. Because, that's what I'm doing is I get drunk. I have, 4 or 5 whiskeys, and then I put Shuffle Play on my phone. And I just get pumped up by the music. And today, it's Lump. She's in my head. That was getting me pumped up. And now we're ready to record some crazy shuffle internet news stories.
Yeah. Okay, but let me tell you, the feeling of being there, of walking the streets of the future, is really going to be breathtaking.
All right, so
You're breathtaking.
first off, I do want to apologize. My nose is really stuffed this week. I don't know if it's like a side effect from like the whole saga of COVID vaccinations I've been through, but I'm just feeling kind of sick this weekend, so it's kind of just nose. I got tested today, and it says I'm negative. So once again, safe and sound, baby. We're going a full year, no COVID. Woohoo! Not even once, man. Didn't even try it once. Going back to news stories, I got a weird one for you today. All right. So yeah, what I was trying to say was I wanted to apologize for my nose sounding a little nasally. Kind of just a little, up there. But it's individualistic, man. That's what my voice sounds like. Speaking of individuals, let's talk about this man. This guy, we've talked about him before 2 or 3 times, actually. I think I've covered him a couple times. David Rush. He's that Idahoan man, this STEM guy. We always make fun of the STEM guy. I don't know why. Grace made that joke that once she was like, I could peg him STEM from a mile away. I was just like, it was science, technology, engineering, and math. Why is that a nerd? Is STEM a different word for a nerd? I don't know. He broke another record. He broke another fucking goddamn Guinness World Record, yo. Psych. Man catches 67 pieces of caramel corn. Pieces of caramel corn. He broke his record. David Rush, who has broken more than 150 Guinness World Records to promote STEM education, used his mouth once again to catch caramel corn. But this time, he wasn't the one tossing the caramel corn. His neighbor and friend, Jonathan Hannon, who was ambidextrous, threw them at him with both hands to set the record. Rush caught 67 pieces in 1 minute, breaking his previous record of 53 that he set this summer. Is that not crazy? Watching the videos of him breaking these records, people, it's all business, man. He ain't crunching up the caramel corn and eating it. He's not enjoying the flavor or whatever caramel corn. He's buying that cheap-ass Kroger-style caramel corn, taking it, catching it in his mouth, and spitting it out. He's just going, it's spitting it out and going back to another one. It's crazy. Rush and Hannon were also, this is an adorable part of the story too, was David Rush and Jonathan Hannon were joined in the attempt by Rush's 2-year-old son, who took it upon himself to clean up the caramel corn mess from the floor. His father is spitting out caramel corn on the floor, and his son is going around picking it up and throwing it back at him. But somehow he still kept his composure, cool, chill, under control, and got that record. I love this guy. I hope to see more records broken by David Rush in the future. And anytime he comes up in the news, I definitely want to cover him in the Shuffle Play Odd News segment on Soccer Moms 420 podcast.
Don't you think the kids would enjoy a nice song with a melody?
What you got, Holmes?
It is a rare, one-of-a-kind original pressing.
Oh, yeah? All right, man, I'm going to put it on there for you, all right?
Thanks.
Yo, man, these jams be kicking, man. You got any more of this funky fresh shit lying around the crib?
So, you think you're cool, right? You think you're a cool gamer guy. Everybody's been on that Minecraft trend. I mean, we were in quarantine, guys. Does anyone remember this? This was like a freaking lifetime ago, being trapped indoors. My gosh. Oh, but people are exploiting their video game excellence. This is coming to us, UPI, March 11th. Website is now hiring Minecraft gardening consultants for a virtual landscaping job. This is so cool. Video games creating more jobs, not just from producer's standpoint, but from professional game playing standpoint. A British website that reviews garden sheds posted a job listing for an annual $70 per hour position, Minecraft gardening consultant. There's a lot to dissect there. One, it's a British website that reviews garden sheds. Sounds like something you find on that deep cut of the European Netflix side. Like, I know there's a lot of European shows on Netflix that are really fun to watch. Like the ones like Tiny Homes or whatever, where they just go and review tiny homes. Or they have this cooking competition. I can't remember what it was called, but where they have to take their food and transmute it into something. Like they have mushrooms, but they have to try and cut and clean them and fry them and make them look like a burger. Well, that doesn't actually sound too difficult, but not good example. I just can't think of the name of the show. Either way, British shows sometimes can be really extravagant and weird, but this is a video game position. This is a freaking job. The company, What Shed said, it's hard to say that without saying what she said. It's What Shed said. The consultants employed by its Minecraft gardening service will lend their video gaming and gardening design skills to Minecraft players seeking a little help landscaping in the virtual world of the game. Consultants will be able to lend their expertise for achieving gardening excellence while sticking to the player's Minecoin budget, the in-game currency. That's really cool. It's I loved over quarantine. I bought what's the Nintendo equivalent of Minecraft? Animal Crossing. Where you're gardening. You're setting up a little island that has your own little garden that you're selling money and just farming and farming and farming. And it was really cool. It was fun. I got bored of it after about 2-3 weeks, in a quarantine, just because I had so much booze stocked up and I was, sunny outside. I went and drove out to the mountains and just spent my time in the mountains. But the point is, this is awesome for all these people that love video games, because I'm a video gamer, dude. Like, you guys probably don't know much about it, but if I ain't at the bar drinking, if I ain't at work cooking, I'm at home gaming. All right, that's pretty much Dave's life: is cooking, drinking, gaming. And this is an opportunity that is showing that you don't have to actually be one of the developers of the game to. Or I've been trying to do animation lately, guys. I've been trying to get into Blender and figuring out how to run that software. It's hard. I'm not very technically challenged. I am technically challenged. I'm not technically talented. Technologically talented. Guys, I've had a lot of whiskey. I'm drunk. And I'm trying to speak right now. But the point is, I can play the game. I got those thumb skills. Like, I can play pretty much any game you put in front of me and be decent at it, I'm not like professional level, and I can find Easter eggs. I'm the guy that's like, oh, usually that corner around there looks like they would hide something back there, or that looks like if you turn your camera the opposite direction they want you to turn it, you'll find like some kind of well-timed clue, or I started this as trying to be a gaming thing, but now this article gives me hope to use those skills in the real world. What Shed said, the consultants will work entirely remotely and can set their own rates, including their base rate, which is $70 an hour, to design these gardens. While not essential, previous experience in landscape gardening is beneficial. So they're using real world experience in their resumes to get these positions. And a passion for gardening / the outdoors must also be demonstrated, while also demonstrating a passion in video games and Minecraft. Like, that's cool, man. I played some of Minecraft. I wasn't that big a guy into it. I mean, I played Ark Survival and all the games like that. Mining to craft all the stuff you need to survive. Whoa. That's why they call it Minecraft. But I'm a different kind of guy. I love the Explorer games, like Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Assassin's Creed. What was the recent one I just played? No Man's Sky. Freaking love No Man's Sky. You're traveling the infinite universe. But this is just a cool article, and $70 an hour to be a landscaping consultant in Minecraft. If you're looking for jobs now, or summer jobs, look no further than a Mindscaping landscaper. Minecrafting landscaper? What would they call it? A Mindscaper? No, it's too close to Minesweeper. That's an actual game that might...
A drifter?
We find a drifter, kill him, cut out his heart. Nobody's gonna miss him, right? I mean, he's a drifter. He's an invisible man. It's a perfect plan.
Mr. Zack, and now you are giving me the freak out.
Where do I find a drifter? I don't have... Enrico, where did you say you were from?
Me? I am from Napoli.
Oh, and your family, they're back there?
No, my papa, he is dead.
Huh.
And my mama. All gone.
Any family? Kids?
Nope. I am completely alone. Why do you... Look, a drifter, let's kill him.
Dude, I'm on shuffle. I got Danger 6 coming on, electric, what it was, high voltage, when we touch. But in the spirit of high energy, man, I am really feeling good on this podcast. I'm probably going to record all my episodes 3 whiskeys deep, 4 whiskeys deep. About 2 pulled pork sandwiches later. Perfect. Feeling good. This is the energy I need to keep people enthused, entertained. Not really coherent. People really aren't able to understand me because I start blurring my words together. Not slurring. Slurring is when you're drunk. Blurring is just when you're, interesting. This is a really cool article, though, talking about Virginia researchers studying whether or not this chili-infused beer is the world's spiciest. If you know me, which not many people do, I love beer. I love whiskey. I love beer, though, because I love to brew beer. Microbrew. Very cool shit, man. The process of taking yeast, a living organism, and using it to eat sugars and ferment. Oh my god, the whole process I can't describe right now because I'm too blurred. But this article talks about another Guinness World Record. Because, man, we're going for the extremes. Shufflecast, that's the name of the new show. It will be Shufflecast. I'm going to build a website around that. Shufflecast is all about being extreme. And it's nothing but the world's weirdest, the world's strangest, the world's yes. Oh my gosh. This is what we're going to do. Got it. Okay. Ray Parrish, co-owner of the Maltese Brewing Company in Fredericksburg, Virginia, enlisted the help of researchers at the University of Mary, Washington, to determine whether his Signal 1 2.0 IPA is the world's spiciest beer. A pair of alumni and a student from Virginia's University of Mary, Washington, are attempting to obtain a Guinness World Record for brewing the world's spiciest beer. Couple things. Did not know that, world's spiciest beer was a Guinness World Record. I've had some spicy beers before. I've had chili infused. I've had jalapeno infused, I've had beer that tastes different than beer, We all have. It's that craft beer that the market's just saturated with breweries trying to create their own crazy flavors. But, everybody's getting into seltzers ever since COVID and all. Yeah. Alcohol has had a strange trend in the last, decade. And right now, seeing something like this come up there is really kind of inspiring to all those breweries that got, a lot of breweries shut down. A lot of my friends had to sell their brewery businesses because of COVID closings. It's sad to see. But this is where I keep my energy up high and we don't dwell on that sadness. Ray Parrish, who obtained his degree in physics from the university in 1991, is now co-owner of the Maltese Brewing Company in Fredericksburg, which produces the Signal 1 2.0 beer, a pineapple IPA infused with 500 Carolina Reaper chilies. Chili peppers, I love them. I love all kind of peppers. My friend owns a company down in Oklahoma called called Volcanic Peppers. And it's a company that makes hot sauces out of all these peppers that they just grow in a plot of land on Hawaii. It's so cool. They have the world's hottest peppers there. One of my favorite sauces that they have is a black pepper sauce called Thor's Hammer. It has 9 of the world's hottest peppers in there. Mogul scorpions, jigsaws. It's got chocolate habaneros, which are like, oh my gosh, they're my favorite kind of heat. Chocolate habaneros that got that sweet and smokiness, and then bam, they punch you in the back of the throat with this, hot spice. It's so good. And that's amazing. Carolina Reapers are extremely hot. They're in that sauce I was talking about earlier. And I've tried growing Carolina Reapers. Peppers are fascinating, man, because of their heat. It's a defense mechanism. And that's what we love their flavor, is their defense mechanism while they're getting eaten. That's really cool. Biological evolution is leading to... It's an evolutionary trait that we are desiring to taste. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just fascinating. It's not harming us, It's not killing taste buds. It's just spicy is a center of taste on your tongue. And it's supposed to be a defense mechanism for the plant, and we're supposed to have that reaction and spit it out. But people want to eat spicy shit. It's so cool. I love it. I mean, I'm a wuss when it comes to spicy shit. You give me like 2 or 3 Buffalo Wild Wings, like little spicy, I'm gonna start getting red eyes and kind of start sweating on the brow, you know. My nose starts running, you know it's hot, man. Little Thai chilies, holy shit. Just the coolest thing about peppers too is like growing. These Carolina Reapers are one of those peppers that are so hot and so spicy that they actually dehydrate the soil around them. And as they grow closer to the soil, they curve up and you'll get those scorched black marks when they become ripe. That's because the soil around them has increased their acidity, increase the acidity in the actual soil's content. So you've got the soil that is burning the pepper's skin. It's so hot. And that's because pepper's a fruit. It's little fruit, or fruit. It's a vegetable. Genius, Dave. Come on. It's a vegetable. It's the fruit of the plant, I guess you could say. And it gets scorched from its own biological process of growing. It's so crazy to see shit like that. Parrish said he discovered Guinness World Records does not currently have a record for the world's spiciest beer. There we go. So that was debunking what I said earlier. I didn't know that this was there, but so he's creating a new category. That's even cooler. So he decided to originate the record by measuring Signal 1's heat. But he needed help. The brewer reached out to Sarah Smith, a 2012 graduate. Woo! Class of 2013. We're practically, friends in the same fucked up generation. A 2012 graduate who is now a visiting professor at UMW's Department of Chemistry and Physics. You go! Shit! She's killing it. Smith brought junior biochemistry major Valerie Ebendke onto the team. She's got a cool name. It's hard to say, but it's a cool name. The trio said they're using the Scoville Heat Index, which is, if you know anything about peppers, Scovilles are how we measure the heat of a pepper, how we measure the spiciness on our tongue. A unit of measurement that calculates the actual heat of the pepper. And attempting to determine the brew's concentration of heat-inducing chemicals they are trying to figure out how the brewery's concentration of heat, because it's different for every single person, but they're trying to use the Scoville Heat Index to figure this out by inducing chemicals capsaicin and dihydrocapsaicin to actually measure it on a graph, instead of it being purely subjective by like, this tastes spicy. Oh, I haven't had it that spicy before, like people like that coming in there. Researchers said their findings will be submitted to Guinness World Records in mid-March, and they expect to hear within a few months whether Signal 1 2.0 is indeed the first world's spiciest beer. That is awesome. It's going to start a spicy beer revolution. We've all had that birthday shot at Harry's with the jalapeno-infused vodka, but spicy beer is really cool. And it's all flavor profiling, man. Like, that's my job, is determining flavor just from tasting something and what it needs next. Seeing something like this out in, the world of the extreme, always cool, man. Always cool.
So I opted for a more modest crib that would help me to achieve my long-term financial G to the O's goals. 2 bedrooms, 1.25 bath. Fixed rate mortgage at 5.25% plus 20% down shrinks my risk of foreclosure in the event my crib loses value in the short term. Boom! That's math all over your face. Yo, stay with the tour, kids. This is my main whip, aka my only whip.
All right, people. If you know anything about me, which, I gotta work on my transitions. I've pretty much had every transition this episode so far be, hey, if you know the thing about me is I like this or I like that. It's not a good transition, Dave. It's not like the speaking of, or if you want to do something about this, then we'll talk about this, I love doing the speaking of transitions, because that's just where you get oddball answers that are completely unrelated to whatever stories you're trying to relate. Like, it's just, you've seen them. You all know. I've had about 15 episodes so far, so you all know how many mistakes I've made when it comes to producing a show by myself. Today, I'm always an advocate for Mars. I'm always an advocate for environmental stuff, and I always will be. This is our planet, our environment. Yeah, I'm not like the super green meanie that's going full vegan just because I'm a chef, man. I love cooking so much food and so much good tasting food. But I love sustainability and I love the projects that are put behind it. But this is another strange disaster news. I watched a documentary on Netflix about 2 weeks ago. It was David Attenborough's documentary talking about I can't remember the name of the show. I really can't. I'm terrible with names when I'm drunk, and I just can't remember the name of the show. But it's a great one, and it talks about the future. And what really talks about is he spent about 45 minutes exploring David Attenborough's life, because he's like 94 fucking years old, man. He's really old, and he saw the world's environments change over the last 90 years. He was an environmentalist back in the freaking 30s, and it just amazes him. It amazes me to see all the changes that have taken place, and he describes it as a drastic thing. People are like, why don't you retire, to him? And he's like, well, because, I need to be an advocate. We all have to be active to save our environment. And it's really powerful, and I love listening to stuff like that. And I kind of want to talk about that today because I was just reading about China and their strange weather they're having. I mean, we're having strange weather. We're having ice rain right now. In Indiana, that's not too weird, but there's like full-on snowstorms going down in like Arizona right now. And Colorado has its 4th largest blizzard ever, just rolling through in the middle of March, Crazy St. Patrick's Day coming up. This is over March 15th. Today, the skies over northern China turned orange and yellow due to the area's most severe sandstorm ever in the last decade. The storm moved across a dozen provinces in northern China and changed the color of the skies from a yellow, smog, like kind of like an LA smog style, to this dark orange. It's terrifying. It looks like straight up Dunecast, man. It's insane. China's National Meteorological Center said the yellow dust spread across Xinjiang, Gansu, Inner Mongolia, and Hebei. Several deaths have been attributed to the storm. Deaths, people dying from the sandstorm. And dozens of people were reported missing, according to Mongolia's National Emergency Management Agency. People getting lost because they're in the middle of a freaking dust storm. The storm severely reduced visibility in the capital, Beijing, on Monday, and forecasters said the dust was expected to gradually dissipate and clear later this week. Due to an incoming storm system. This is not like a day thing, people. This is going to happen all week for them. The city measured a maximum of 655 micrograms per cubic meter in the air. That is insanity. I've been doing a lot of my Mars research, you guys. When I was doing, I'm a perseverance advocate. I'm all about that colonization on Mars. But Mars is a massive dust planet. There's dry lightning that happens in its atmosphere, or absence of an atmosphere, because of all these massive dust storms. That's what's happening right now in Beijing. There's Phoenix. It was back in 2009 or 2008. Phoenix Lander was one of the Martian rovers that NASA had sent up towards the upper hemisphere of the planet, and after what the hell? There's a dude outside my apartment right now yelling about our garage door being open to the apartment. Our garage door has been open for the last 2 days because we had a power outage and our maintenance people don't know how to do jack fucking shit. I'm paying $50 a month for a closed garage, and now there's literally a man outside yelling, "Your garage door is open." Thanks. We all know that. Maintenance apparently doesn't. Fuck them. They still haven't fixed my dishwasher, and it's been almost 9 months in this apartment. I don't care if there's water damage under that dishwasher. That's on them, not on me. Back to what we're talking about, though, the environment with dust and the crazy. There was Phoenix Lander on Mars that had this same environmental situation where there are just so much dust particles in the air that are so fine, extra fine flour almost. Just what they call it, 00 flour, which is like great for pizza dough. If anyone's interested, 00 flour for pizza dough. And instead of using like cream or some kind of heavy like butter, use Greek yogurt as your base. It's insane. Your dough will rise twice the size you expect it to. Bam. All that dust was in the air and covered up Phoenix Landers' solar panels. Just built up in layer after layer after layer. And with those panels being covered, they couldn't fucking charge the rover. It lost its power. I don't know how long. I think it was like a year of recordings. I can't remember if they launched it or landed in 2008 and then it died in 2009. But the dust storm that is accumulating over China right now is just massive. The World Health Organization considers anything over 25 micrograms to be declared unsafe. 655 micrograms? That's exponentially larger than anything we could imagine. The microscopic particulate matter can get lodged into the lungs and pass into organs in the bloodstreams, leading to multiple kinds of complications. Authorities urge residents to stay indoors during the sandstorm if possible. Beijing education officials encourage schools to cancel all outdoor activities. It's so dangerous. This is another pandemic, but it's just a giant sandstorm that's happening in the middle of China. This is our planet, people. This is what's happening. It's changing. 2032, we're projected to have highly acidic oceans. All these organisms dying in the ocean, all these coral reefs not cleaning the water, not filtering. Like, there's a lot of shit going on, man. And if we do our parts by investing in solar energy, investing in renewable resources, one of my favorite debates, people are always like talking about overfishing and well, if you love seafood so much and you want to be environmentalist, why don't you just stop eating seafood? Like, there's ways to go about sustainability and keeping fishing networks fully open while also keeping the habitats and the biomes safe and untampered. One of my favorite examples is stone crab. If you know anything about stone crab, it's very interesting. It's found a lot of the Gulf. Like, I've had it when I was in Texas Gulf and like it's a Mexican Gulf kind of area, southern bays. It's really cool kind of crab. When you harvest it, you do the same thing you do when you catch any other kind of other crab, soft shell or otherwise. You got it in a cage, you throw it down in the water, you wait for 2-3 days with some chum in there, and then you got, a handful of crabs caught in the cage. You pull them out, clean them up, bada bing, bada boom. Stone crab is interesting because their right claw is larger than some of their other body parts and most of their other appendages. This is where they store a lot of their meat, a lot of their fat, a lot of their just proteins and everything is stored in this claw. And the only thing that tastes good on a stone crab is that claw. People will catch them, they will harvest the claw, literally harvesting, I mean, they rip the claw off the crab, and then, 2 to 6 weeks, the crab has a new claw grown back. You rip that claw and you throw the crab back in the water. It's fully sustainable. It's amazing. You're not harming the population. You're not influencing mating patterns or anything because they don't use the crab claw for anything other than just like storing fat. Like, that's all it is you're not harming the life expectancy of the crab because it's such a short regeneration period. It molts so quickly that it can regrow that claw so quickly. It's fully sustainable. And that's one of those resources that we need to tap into. I mean, everybody loves crab, so there's always crab all over the place, lump crab all over the place. But my point is that is a biological feature that we need to use with gene splicing, with new techniques of what is it called? Gene manipulation, trying to use a form of shellfish or mollusk regeneration capabilities to create a sustainable, harvestable animal, you know? If we can find something like that, or even develop something like that, like a chicken that has renewable nuggets, man. Renewable McNuggets. Think about it. Science can be our ally. It can save ourselves from destroying this planet. Or, we could use it to develop stone crabs on the Martian surface and try to create a biome up there. Again, 110 people is all you need to start a successful colony on another planet.
Quick announcement for two of Greendale's finest. Payday is postponed until next week, so this is my freestyle rap apology. Well, I'm a peanut bar, and I'm here to say your checks will arrive on another day. Another day, another dime, another rhyme, another dollar. Another stuffed shirt with another white collar. Criminals, Wall Street, taking the pie, and all the black man gets is a plate of white lies. Prisons recruiting them, police be shooting them, rap artists looting them, labels all diluting them. Barack Obama is scared of me, cause I don't swallow knowledge and I spit it for free. Let me clear my throat. Ha ha ha! I don't know what that was, I don't know what that was.
All right, people, I gotta say, that's a good episode. I'm feeling great about that. It's a short little quick burst of Dave energy, and that's what I need to do. Is I just gotta do like a dozen jumping jacks and drink about half a bottle of whiskey, and then I'm able to just talk and 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 talk. It just gets me excited. Guess what? This is a huge week, though, in the world of comic books. We got Zack Snyder's fucking Justice League being released on HBO Max. The Snyder Cut. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like 6 hours long. It's going to have all new characters. It's going to... Some stuff's still going to suck about it because like improv action sequences aren't so good. And reviews are coming in where they're just kind of like, yeah, you got better developed antagonists and such. But in the end, the heroes are just, again, so one note and kind of flat. My point is, I'm a Marvel boy for life, and guess what Marvel has coming down the pipe this week? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a.k.a. Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto. I'm so excited to see this show. One, because it's the action show I've been dying for. WandaVision was fucking great. Man, I loved it. It was so good, but it was exhausting. It was an homage to television, and it was more of a mystery to figure out, what the hell did they mean by that? Where did that guy come from? What is that person's look supposed to mean? Like, that was huge dissection from the comic book fan base. Like, all Marvel crazy comic heads were just being like, why the hell is Evan Peters Quicksilver playing Quicksilver in the MCU that was supposed to be played by Aaron Taylor Johnson? Like, dude... We thought X-Men were going to show up in this episode. We thought Mephisto... I rode the Mephisto train all the way through to the end. I still think he's going to show up in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange #2. I'm excited for it. I love the devil shit. I love Ghost Rider, man. He's hiding the skull and the flames and the Darkhold. Darkhold was exposed in WandaVision with frickin' Agatha Harkness. Dude, okay. I'm spoiler alert. I'm spoiler alert and everything. I need to put a spoiler alert before this. Here's going to be my spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! Your garage door is open. That's a spoiler alert. When I say your garage door is open, that's a spoiler alert. I want to put more game theories on here. Not game theories. Comic book theories on here. Like MCU breakdowns. The next 6 weeks, we're going to have Winter Soldier, Falcon, getting together, buddy cop, lethal weapon, shooting guns, fighting freaking super soldiers, and cracking wise jokes about, like, I'm getting too old for this Falcon shit, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for it because it's the action pack that I need. Just turn my brain off, watch some explosions, see some, Cap throwing a shield around. I'm excited. Episode 1 comes out Friday. Disney Plus. Get it if you're not in it. I will be releasing short blurbs and episode breakdowns every episode. So if you're interested in listening to that, it's going to be 6 weeks of Dave breaking down these, putting them on YouTube, putting them on the Anchor, putting them on the pod. Just, 10, 15 minutes of what I thought of the last episode or what was revealed in the last episode. A lot of fan theories rolling around. A lot of people saying possibly an Arnim Zola getting called back. Possibly John Walker using some kind of, kind of Homelander-esque Captain America that kills kind of thing. Isaiah Bradley. Is it Elijah Bradley? It was the Black Captain America. Possibly getting the shield. Like there's a lot of shit going on. Possibly some answers on where this freaking shield came from too, because Endgame, Captain America broke his shield, and it's just a lot of Phase 4 stuff that I can't get into right now because I'm trying to close the podcast and end it, and I will be doing that every week just because I'm getting the vibe now. I'm feeling my voice now. And, Falcon Winter Soldier looks good as shit. I love Falcon, man. His wings are so cool, man. They got a lot of new action sequences. They released a final trailer, quote-unquote final. There'll be more promos, I'm sure, throughout the week. But that final trailer that they released today, up the intensity, up the action in it. Oh, my gosh, it's so good. But Falcon... One, they've got him throwing the shield more, so you see him doing his whole Captain America thing. I loved First Avenger. I love Cap and his shield tricks. But Falcon's wings were always one of my favorite things. That flying exosuit, dude, is so fucking cool. And the way he uses it, it's adaptable. He falls off the side of a truck and his wings explode out and he flies right back up in the air. He knows how to catch freaking backdrafts and do all these funneling techniques that real Falcons do in real life when they're hunting prey. It's just really cool, and I'm excited, pumped up for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. My one friend, Emergency Awesome, called it Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto, and I still love that because we were all riding that train. We were all ready for the Mephisto train. I want to call it now that I want to see a Red Hulk of some kind. I want to see some kind of Hulk super soldier serum go wrong in this and possibly lead to Thunderbolts. Because you got Baron fucking Zemo in there, who was a leader of the Thunderbolts in the comics at one point in time. And his whole grudge match with the Avengers we saw in Civil War. But I'm calling it now. Seeing a Hulk. Whether it be Thunderbolt Ross. General Thunderbolt Ross being the Red Hulk is what I want. But as the Rolling Stones say, you can't always get that, You usually get what you need. Like Jennifer Waters cameo. Getting a She-Hulk coming in there being like, what are y'all guys doing? Be fucking cool, man. I don't know. It's supposed to tie into Phase 4, man. We're only in Series 2 of Phase 4. May, get ready to see Black Widow, which was that was supposed to release a full year ago. God damn COVID. Now I'm getting back on COVID again. All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening. This has been more of a rambling episode, and I like it. I got that energy. I'm feeling high speed, high strung, ready to go. I'm going to edit all this tomorrow and release it hopefully sometime Tuesday night because I'm just a day behind on this pod today. But, I've got less than enough listeners that give a shit when I release this. So thanks again for listening. If you are listening, we've all talked about the Soccer Mom podcast. Eventually, I'm going to make this website, make it official. I'm still in the process of trying to figure my life out and where I'm going to go from this. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. And remember, your garage door is open.
And he's working on the Seinfeld show now, so he goes, hey, Norm, I'll give you my cat free. So I'm always looking for a good deal, Yeah, free. A free cat. So I get this cat. So then, a couple weeks later, he has a heart attack.
The cat?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, but...
I know. Who would know a cat could even have a heart attack? It's crazy.
So what happened?
I came home, And I go, okay. And I walk through my door, you know, into my apartment, and there's the cat, and he's got like foam coming out of his mouth, and he's going like, and there's foam and everything, and he's like crazy, you know, he's acting like a crazy cat. And so, like, I'm scared. I don't want to go near him because I can tell, like, he's delirious, and maybe, I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
You don't know.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, he could think I was a mouse or something, you know, and like bite me. So I go, I got to do something, man. My cat, something's wrong with him, you know. He's not supposed to be doing this. So quickly, I think quick, you know. I grab the phone. I phone 911, you know. And it turns out they don't want to hear about a cat.
No, that is
That's only for people, you know. They said that to me. They go, this is for people. So I said, all right, I don't know what to do. What's the cat number? They go, just get off the phone. You know, they got to keep the lines free. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to. So I don't know what to do. So my neighbor, you know, Bill.
Right.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter what his name is, but his name is Bill. So I knock on his door. Bill. He's not home. Some other guy's there. You know, I don't know what the hell is going on there. But the other guy comes. I don't ask questions, you know.
Get involved.
So I say, listen, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing at Bill's place, but my cat is in deep trouble, you know. He's going, and he's got stuff coming out. So the guy goes, we got to get him to a hospital, you know. So I go, look, I just phoned 911. I'm sure they don't want to see a cat at a hospital either. He goes, no, there's animal hospitals, you know. So he took me to this place called an animal hospital. I swear to God, they actually have these. You can bring your cat there. Do you have a cat?
Yeah, I know an animal hospital. I have them all over the place. Quite common, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I bring my cat in and I go, Doc. There's a doc there, you know.
Right.
They have doctors.
For cats.
Yeah, they have cat doctors. So I go, listen, Doc, my cat, something. So they take him away, you know, and I'm sitting like they have a waiting room. It's exactly like a real place, except it's ridiculous, you know. So everyone's sitting around, they're worried, you know. Oh, I hope my